in this video, we're going to cover how to actually go about navigating this peer review workshop, which is for Entertainment as Political. So let's get into it. So you shall see this here. This is the peer review workshop link. And just want to remind you, you are going to, okay, so is Wednesday really the 4th? Wow. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about a rough draft. A rough draft is messy, it's sloppy, it's often all over the place. It's really, to put it crassly, it's really you just vomiting out your ideas and trying your hand at your essay. Just think of it like vomiting it. Just get it all out. Just even if it's convoluted, even if it's all over the place. Because I did a project on writer's block back in grad school, and one of the main things I learned that leads to writer's block is that students are, they're moving forward with this expectation of perfection. There's no such thing as a perfect draft. Those are the news I got for you. There's no such thing as a perfect draft. You just vomit your ideas, just get it out, just try your best. I'm asking that you please write for this peer review workshop at least 2 pages, okay? And I want you to submit it by Wednesday, the 4th, by 11:59 p.m. So you're going to submit it into here as either doc, docx, or .pdf. Remember, you will not get drafts unless you submit a draft of your own, okay? Which means you won't get points. So it's important that you submit it by its deadline to the system, okay? And it should go without saying, don't wait until 5 minutes before to do so, because, hey, technical issues can arise, and that's very stressful, and you don't need those gray hairs. So get it in by Wednesday, the 4th, by 11:59 p.m. The next thing is that the Canvas system will give you 3 drafts to look at from your classmates, okay? And you're going to take each of those drafts and you're going to offer feedback for them to get full points. So it's 5 points to get your draft in on time, and it's 5 points for each of the classmates' drafts that you leave feedback on, for a total of 20 points. And you're going to offer that feedback. The deadline for that is Sunday the 8th by 11:59 p.m. Make sure to get that in on time, because beyond that, it's closed, and I won't accept feedback beyond that. So make sure to get that in. Okay. Before I proceed with the actual workshop questions to consider, I want to point this out to you. Go to announcements, okay? I have just... Did it not come? That's really... Oh, here we go. There it is. Okay. So I have just posted this announcement. So accessing peer reviews. Check out this video here. And this video shows how you're going to see it from your end when you have actually received the drafts to look at. So here's how to actually access them. Here's how it's going to look from your end. So watch this video and it's going to guide you there, okay? So it's on the announcements. All right. So how is this going to work? How is the Canvas system going to give you your drafts? Well, this is the deadline this is the Canvas cutoff for you submitting your rough draft, Wednesday, the 4th of November by 11:59 p.m. Okay, so 1 minute after that, which is going to be Thursday, November 5, by right at 12 a.m., the Canvas system will automatically give you 3 drafts to look at, okay? Remember, it will not give you a draft unless you submit a draft in on time. Okay, so that's that. Check out the announcement, the video there for info on how to actually access it. So let's get into the workshop questions to consider for this particular paper. Number 1, you got your draft. Hey, you got Joe's draft, you got Stephanie's draft, and you got Manuel's draft, okay? So first thing you're going to do is to highlight the thesis in your classmate's draft. Remember that this is a textual analysis. So the thesis should be making it clear, identify what the cultural artifact is. And actually, it's here. Say something within the artifact. Maybe they can be talking about, the larger message or theme of the artifact. And then obviously say how the artifact is reflecting that, right? That's very important. It's not enough to say, hey, this artifact has this larger message, but they don't say how the artifact presents that message. Is it through the characters? Is it through how the conflict is resolved? Is it through, maybe it's a movie and it's done through the lighting and it's done through shadows. I don't know. Like you tell me. Is it a picture book and it's done through the illustrations? Like, do you see a certain color every time that the particular the main theme comes up? I don't know. Maybe there's symbolism. Like, you tell me. What about this? I don't want to give away the thing for the Sneetches, but say like in the Lorax, they demonstrate it through the characters very much. And actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll say so too. The Sneetches too, certainly through the characters, they represent ideas and ideals. And absolutely, if you want to write your paper on the Sneetches, on this video, on this cartoon, you absolutely can. You can continue your work if you wish to. So after that, here's a little idea. So what's the larger message or theme that you unearth of your artifact? How the artifact reflects it? So what? What are the implications of it? Like, why does this larger message matter? Are there any connections to real life? So as you're looking at these theses, consider, do they make it clear what the artifact is? Is it sufficiently narrow? Like, or are they saying, okay, I am doing it on the whole series of the Twilight Zone, or I'm doing it on the whole series of Stranger Things? No. Choose one episode. If you're going to do, same thing with a musical artist. You're like, I'm doing the whole repertoire of this artist. No. Choose one song, okay? Music videos are particularly cool because they blend both the lyrical content as well as the visuals, right? So choose one thing. Choose one video game. Don't be like, okay, let me tell you about all video games. No. Choose one, okay? Choose one. Okay. Does their thesis make it clear what they're saying? Right, you got to say something. This assignment is not just, hey, let me tell you what happens in the movie Home Alone. Here's what happens in Home Alone. It's just summarize it. Like, no, this is a textual analysis, and the whole point is that you are unearthing something. You're unearthing a connotation, an indirect suggestion, maybe a representation of something that's happening or happened in real life. Picture books are really, really cool for this assignment. I think I already mentioned, but I was looking at, there was a picture book that a group was doing in my class. We were doing a poster board for this textual analysis, and their picture book was looking at the historical moment of Japanese internment, particularly Manzanar Camp, right, which happened here in California. So their thesis was looking at how the book represented this historical moment, like under what light, yeah? And so they made their claim, the larger message of it, was obviously, well, for that particular instance, was that, it was such a cruel and vile thing to do to Japanese Americans. And then through their thesis, they said, okay, here's how the book uses the plot points and the illustrations to present this larger message, right? So use this model. It's really helpful to come up with a strong thesis. Does their thesis offer reasons to support their claim? which goes back to this, like, how does the artifact reflect it? What the larger message is, or something like that. This is massive, massive, massive. Is their thesis grounded upon connotation? Like I said, their thesis should not just be, here's what happens. Here's what happens in the book, The Cat in the Hat. And just summarizing, that should not be a thesis. Like, is there a larger message? Like, is there a larger takeaway? Like, there's got to be a reason. Oh, Shel Silverstein's really cool too for that. Like, there's got to be a reason as to why Shel Silverstein and the illustrator worked together to create the Giving Tree, right? There's a reason. There's a larger message. There's a larger takeaway, and it's up to you to unearth that. The thesis should be grounded upon connotation. And if you're seeing at your classmates' draft that it's not grounded on connotation, they're just telling you, like, here's what happens, here's a summary. Now, to help them out with that, okay? So, with the connotation, you consider indirect suggestion, social cultural overtones, connections to real life, as you're absolutely going to see in the Sneetches. There's a lot of connections to real life, as you'll see. Implications, are they saying why that message matters, why it's important, things like that. This is what I said already. Enumerating plot points are not connotation. So you use plot points, you use denotation to support what your claim is, what it is that you've unearthed as a larger message, or just something that you took from indirect suggestion or something like that, okay? Are the body paragraphs moving to flesh out and support the project set forth in the thesis? Okay, so that's really important, because with an essay, okay, the very heart of the essay is the thesis. It's your game plan. It's your roadmap. It's your main points, right? Think of it like a skeleton. So the thesis are the main points. There's the skeleton. And the body paragraph literally adds corpulence, adds mass, fleshes out these main points. And we do that by way of offering examples, applications, real life connections to things that you might see in the world, or things like that. Like, everything you got to do in your body paragraphs, or bringing in plot points. Like, if you bring in a plot point, you're doing so with the intent of supporting what it is that you've claimed in your thesis, right? And in paragraphs, there's a topic sentence, right, which is the main heart of your paragraph. And then there's supporting sentences, which support your topic sentence. So it's like a big circle in the sense that in an essay, the thesis is the main heart, and the body paragraphs support the thesis. Okay, in a paragraph, the topic sentence is the main heart of the paragraph, but that topic sentence should be linked to the thesis, okay? It should somehow support the thesis. So within the paragraph, you got the topic sentences. Then you have supporting sentences that should support the topic sentence, just like the body paragraphs support the thesis. And the topic sentences support the thesis. Ultimately, everything supports the thesis. That's the whole point, and that's why we're workshopping, to make sure that there's cogency, right? There's coherence throughout. How's the conclusion looking if they've gotten to that point? Is there a works cited page? Because remember, you need a works cited page, since we're using sources. All right, that's it for the questions. Just, you don't have to compulsively answer each and every one, but as you're looking at this, have this in mind, okay? So I want to show you now the logistics of how we're going to do this. Okay, so you've received your 3 classmates draft. You got Joe, you got Samantha, you got Manuel. I think my last example I said Joe, Stephanie, and Manuel. So you got Joe, you got Stephanie, and you got Manuel too, okay? So how to actually do it. Let's get into it. So no drafts have been submitted yet because it's not Wednesday yet. But in my other Citrus class, that's a full semester class, they've done this, I think it was last week. So I want to show you that. And just so that we can look at the tools that we have here on Canvas and how to make this work. So let's see. Okay. Let's look at this one just for the sake of this tutorial. All right. Ooh, look at this one. This person did Money by Pink Floyd. That's a good song. So anyways, I just want to show you the tools. So First of all, I haven't read this. What I'm going to be doing is in no shape or form connected to the actual content. I just want to show you how to use the tools, okay? I'm going to, first of all, I want to show you, you can expand. This is to expand here. Okay. So yeah, actually I want to keep this here. So anyways, this is what the tools are. This is to expand, as you can see. This is to zoom in and out. This one, okay, this is it's like a bubble. You create a statement, so. Okay, you put that in. That's what that does. This one, and you could put it anywhere you want to write a textual note. Anywhere, okay? This is to highlight. You can choose colors. Let's say you want to highlight in, I don't know, orange. And you want to highlight this. So just, why is it not working here? There we go. Let's see, you want to highlight that. And what's cool is that when you highlight, you're also given the option of writing a note too, okay? This is a text box. Anywhere you want, you can have a text box. You can write something in there. This is extraneous. Let's say, I don't know. I haven't read it, but and then you can drag it. Sometimes it gets a little weird, doesn't it? There we go. Okay, so you got to make sure it's on that cross icon, and then you hold it and drag it. Okay, this one here is if you want to cross things out, okay? So let's say I want to cross this out. Let's say this is like a redundant or extraneous sentence. This is redundant. Oh, shoot. I'm having trouble. Watch out for blah, blah. Maybe you can consider blah, blah, blah. Okay. Hopefully Michael here won't, which is the name of the student, will be like, oh, surprised. Hopefully he's not logged in right now. But I'm going to delete it after. I'm just showing you this. Okay, this is a paintbrush. This is like a pencil of sorts. So you want to circle this or something. Same thing. So for everything that you do, for all these tools, you're able to leave a message. Yes. Okay, this one is, I think oh no, this is if you want to literally make like a box. Don't know why. Oh, like why would you make a box? Oh yeah, I guess just if you want to box like text or something. Maybe you just wanted to like box this and you wanted to say something. Okay, so those are the tools. That's how you do it. Now, you need to do two things. Number one, so literally you're going to mark up the draft as you're reading it. And here are the tools, which I've just showed you how to do. So after you've done that, then just like in real life. So I don't know if you've ever been in a peer review workshop, but what we do with a peer review workshop, you don't just, write your notes on it. You just say, here, it was good. And then just walk away. No. You sit down and you talk to the person about the things that you saw. As like, hey, listen, so here are my points I just wanted to go over with you. This is a really cool topic. Here's some of the things that I saw. Here's some of the areas that I think you could work on. Here's some possible ideas. Or you could be like, in this section, the way I read it was like this. Is that what you meant? And then you like talk about it. You have a conversation. So with this online format, the way we do it is here with your comment, okay? So you can do a number of things. You can be number one. You can be like, hey, Michael. Oh, you can be like, hey, Michael, blah, 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 blah. Write your comment there. And absolutely everything that you do, it's going to say your name on it. See? So you'll get credit for leaving your feedback because the Canvas system will know that you actually did it. So, okay. So number one, you could type out your answer. Number two, which is what I personally would do. I think it's more fun. This is like if you want to attach something, like if you wanted to attach a Word document with your feedback on it. But this is my favorite one. This one that looks like the little YouTube play icon. You click it here and you can leave audio feedback. You could be like, hey, Michael, so I just read your draft and blah, 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 blah. Talk to the person directly. Da, da, da. Okay, so there's the video. If you don't want to do video, maybe you want to do audio. Go here to webcam, go to no video, and this leaves just audio. So there's that. So yes, you have to do both things. You have to mark up the text on things that you see here, just like you would in real life with a rough draft. And then you have to leave a comment. Those are the things you have to do. So that's it for the logistics. I'm gonna make sure to erase this stuff on Michael's draft, so he won't be like, oh no, the teacher said all these things, and I haven't actually read the draft yet. But okay, so that's my other class. Let's return to ours, which is 22129. Don't want to get it confused. Okay, so that's it for logistics. If you have any I think that's it for. Not forgetting anything. Nope. That's it for logistics. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And what's cool is that once you get the hang of how this rough draft, this peer review workshop is going to work for this paper, then you'll be able to do it for the next paper. So other than that, have an awesome week, and I look forward to dynamism in your peer review workshop. All right, guys, take care.